Jaffer, each successive generation of wireless technology has been accompanied by as much hype as promise. 5G is on the horizon now. Maybe you could share some thoughts about what you see as the various pros and cons for various industries for 5G. Maybe you could start as a telecom analyst to talk about telecom companies themselves.
So I think in the telecom industry, what I've seen is that with each successive generation of wireless technology, the incremental return on capital has gone down because the capex requirements are huge. So I think this might be the case this time as well. However, there will be some new revenue opportunities for the wireless companies. For example, from the industrial Internet of Things or the consumer Internet of Things, a concrete example being autonomous driving, generating revenues for Verizon. In terms of substitution risk, I think what's happened is that wireless has substituted wireline. So the cable company, the fiber company, the copper company has been further and further removed from the revenue and profit pool in favor of the wireless company. So I think that's some of the opportunity.
Now, you mentioned that there's going to be a lot of capital expenditure that the telcos will have to expend in order to build out these networks. Does that mean that the equipment manufacturers are going to be immediate beneficiaries?
So I think in terms of the immediate technology companies, there will be some semiconductor companies, for example, Qualcomm, that could benefit, as well as Chinese companies such as Huawei and ZTE, and then the traditional equipment providers such as Sony and Ericsson, as well as Nokia, Siemens, and Alcatel-Lucent. So I think there'll be some beneficiaries, but there could be pure play 5G technology companies either on the software or the hardware semiconductor side that may not have any legacy businesses that could also come up over time and benefit and disrupt some of the older providers. I also think another interesting subsegment that could benefit is the tower companies, because the need for more dense networks will necessitate more build-outs of what we call wireless cells, and that would help companies like American Tower in the US or Bharti Infratel in India.
Now, what about businesses that might not immediately spring to mind that are not part of the telecom, media, and technology side of the equation?
I'm learning that in countries like Germany, they want the 5G network to be an enabler of in-home patient monitoring. So if there's a dialysis machine in a patient's house, that can be hooked up using 5G networks to the hospital. So I think the healthcare industry will see some interesting changes in terms of lowering healthcare costs. And then again, as I mentioned, in the industrial space, there could be smart factories. So companies like Fanuc in Japan are talking about smart factories, which could see smarter inventory management as well as maintenance and repair scheduling of machines.